So taking a moment to just feel through your body, allow your body to be still. Check in. So as I always say, this is your opportunity to kind of have a little before and after assessment. So how did you feel when you walked in or started the practice, and how did you feel at the end? But it's also a reminder that you should be doing this periodically throughout the day. Because I think we get going on a train forward, and we're like, we got to get to the end of the day or to the end of the week. And a lot of times we're engaging in behaviors that are not necessarily suiting us. They don't make us feel good physically or mentally. So unless we stop once in a while and say, hey, what's going on? We'll just keep going, and then we end up somewhere we don't want to be. So right now, just checking in with how you feel physically. Allowing your body to be still. And after you've checked in with your physical energy, noticing how your body feels overall, bring the awareness to your breath. And just follow the natural breath. So as I mentioned, I was going to read just a little bit about the Sankalpa. So we've been doing stages 1, 3, 4, and 8. That's the most stages we've done. We've done 4 stages. There's 8 stages to the Yoga Nidra practice, which we'll be working up to between now and the end of the semester. Stages 2 and 7 are the Sankalpa or resolve. Okay, so a Sankalpa resolve is a short positive statement of something that you'd like to see come true in your life. It could be short term, it could be long term. But the idea is for you to think about, what is your heart's desire? What's something bigger than you, or bigger than the immediate gratification that you could say, oh, well, I want to get an A on my research paper, something bigger than that. And although you can still have a Sankalpa that says, I endeavor to put the best effort forward and reap the benefits, whatever it is. So just let me read a little bit. So you must choose your own Sankalpa very carefully. The wording should be very precise and clear. Otherwise, it will not penetrate the subconscious mind. So the idea is that by saying it after the settling in stage 2, it's like planting the seed. Then we go through the entire Yoga Nidra practice, and at the very end, when you're still in that very quiet, your mind is quiet, you repeat the Sankalpa again. And it's like watering those seeds that you've planted. The following are a few short, positive, and clear statements which can be used. You could say something like, I will awaken my spiritual potential. I will be a positive force for the evolution of others. I will be successful in all that I undertake. I will be more aware and efficient. I will achieve total health. And you don't have to say it in the future tense of I will. You can say, I am kindness. I am achieving total health. You just have to believe it. So however you say it, you just have to believe it. And it needs to be in positive language. So either it's going to happen or it's currently happening. And I always talk about my Sankalpa, although I did tell you don't tell anybody, because if you tell anybody, other than maybe if you want to ask me or you want to ask somebody that you trust to help you craft it, you can, but you don't broadcast it, because the minute you're not doing it, people will remind you, hey, you're not following your Sankalpa there, buddy. And that is not what you want. So for me, I had a very lofty Sankalpa. It was something that I had for many years, like probably for at least 5 years. And I thought, my goodness, this is never, ever showing up. And I took it, cut it in half. And while I'll have this Sankalpa my whole life, it's a long-term one, I actually see it manifesting. So I really encourage you. I mean, we all can use help. We all need whatever help we can get in our lives. And if you know that there's this thing that you can put out into the universe and the universe can start helping you achieve it, why not give it a shot? And the thing about Sankalpa, it doesn't have to be just said during the time of Yoga Nidra. It can be said the minute you wake up in the morning. The first thought you put in your head, instead of thinking of all the things that you think you're supposed to be doing that day and all the things you didn't do the day before, put those out of your mind and say, nope, I'm going to do my Sankalpa. Or put a positive thought. When you're standing in line and you're bored, maybe you repeat this over and over again. So that's what we'll be adding today. By no means do I expect any of you to have one. Some of you have been in this class before, so you may very well have your Sankalpa, and you can repeat it during that time of the class. So as I mentioned to those that were here on time, I said that we're going to start class lying down. So I always do a class where we pretend we're in our beds. So I want to illustrate the fact that many of these joint mobility movements can be done in the comfort of your own bed. So wherever your awareness is, bring it back to your body. And imagine that your first alarm went off. Now, most of you probably have 2-3 alarms set. You have the time you want to get up, the second time you want to get up, the third time that you really need to get up, and then the fourth one where it's like you're jumping out of bed and either getting in your car or turning on Zoom. So my challenge to you is that after today, you're going to try this little scenario out. So your first alarm rings, and of course you set it for the second one. But instead of going right back to bed, you're going to remember, Chris said I should start to move. I should get the energy going. So first alarm goes off, and you're still sleepy, but you're going to start to move, and you're going to bring your awareness to your toes. So bring your awareness there. Take a breath in and pull the toes back. So we're moving into toe bending. Exhale, squeeze the toes down. So your legs are straight. You're just doing your toe bending. Inhale, toes back. Exhale, squeeze, and continue for 5 more. So you're waking up your feet so that when you actually step down onto the ground, your feet are warmed up. Put your full weight of your body. But you're starting to get the energy going. Squeezing the toes down, inhaling the toes back. Once you reach 7, move into ankle bends, pulling the whole foot back, feeling the stretch come into the calves, into the shins. You don't even have to get out of bed, and you're just starting to get the energy going. Now, what happens to me often when I do this is I do tend to nod off once in a while. But the idea is that hopefully you can stay awake enough. I'm going to go through the same progression we do in class, but I'm going to do it while I'm lying in my bed. When you get to 7 of the ankle bends, which is getting pretty close to right about now, start to do ankle rotations. So you're connecting your awareness to the movement. You're taking those deep breaths. That's going to help wake you up as well. Seven in each direction. Again, those of you who have any kind of feet issues, especially when you wake up in the morning and it doesn't feel good to step on the ground, please consider doing these. And once you finish with the second direction of ankle rotations, stop and move, and just move your awareness, or keep your awareness on your feet, feeling through the toes, the ankles, maybe the shins and the calves. And then we're going to move up to the knees. So this is the next problem area when we get up out of bed, those of us that have knee issues. So we're going to start with knee bends. So we've been doing this one. So starting with the right leg, take a breath in, and then bend your knee as you exhale towards your chest. Clasp your hands below your kneecap or on your thigh as you pull your knee in. And then inhale, straighten your leg, lowering your leg. Exhale, bring the knee in. So 5 like this. So not only are you getting the energy going around the knee, but you're moving the hip, you're massaging the abdomen, so you're starting to get digestion going as well. Once you finish 5, knee bends, grab a hold of that thigh, moving on to knee rotations for 5 in each direction. So let your foot relax. This one I think I've mentioned is much easier doing it lying down because you don't have to hold yourself upright and you can really concentrate on making that small circle. So you're lubricating the knee joint. And then 5 in the opposite direction. And then bring the knee into your chest after 5. Straighten your leg out and just feel through the whole right side. Knee, hip, abdomen. Then move to the second side. So get ready to lift the left leg, taking a breath in. Clasp your hands, exhale, bending the knee into your chest. Inhale, straightening, bringing the leg back down. So 5 like this. Exhale, clasp your hands, bring the knee in. So the knees are clasped either underneath the knee or behind on the thigh. And then one more. And then bending the knee again, clasping the hands or grabbing onto the thigh and taking the knee into a circle, the left knee. 5 in each direction. Notice if your foot's moving, trying to keep your foot still. Movement's just happening in the knee. Bring the knee in, stretch your leg out, feeling through the left side of the abdomen, the left hip, and of course the left knee. So if you were actually to do this in your bed, you would start, hopefully you would start to wake up. You know, you're getting the energy going from the toes upward. So you've already massaged a little bit in the abdomen. We're going to go right to the fingers. So bring the arms straight up. So 5 of each of the hand movements that we've been doing. So tuck your thumbs in, take a breath in. Exhale, spread your fingertips. So this one, of course, is easier because you don't have to hold the arms up. Your bed's holding your arms up, or the floor in this case. And then wrist bending, palms to the ceiling as you inhale. Exhale, palms to your body. It's much easier when you're lying down to isolate the movement to the wrists and the fingertips. You don't have to hold the arms up. Don't have to hold your upper body up. You can be completely relaxed. And then finally tuck the thumbs in, rotating the wrists 5 times in each direction. Then bringing the arms down, feeling through the fingertips. And the final one we'll do, lying down like this, is for the neck. So we're just going to move our head from side to side. So take a breath in. And then turn your head one direction, just to the point where you feel a little bit of a stretch, but it's not painful. Then inhale back to the center. Exhale the opposite direction. Inhale back. 4 more on each side. Moving the head slowly, exhaling as you turn from side to side. And then feeling from your toes to the knees, to the hips, to the abdomen, fingertips and the neck. And at this point, it would be time to get out of bed. But before you run off for your day, you're going to do one thing. So slowly roll to one side, because you're going to calmly get out of bed, because you're not going to be in a hurry, because you've gotten up after like the first alarm and not the sixth. And you're going to say, you know what? That felt really good. I need to do some more of that. So you're going to come onto the floor and you're going to do a couple cat-cows. So now you're going to wake up your spine some more, get the energy going along the spine. So coming into table pose. We're going to do up to 10. Take a breath in, arching your back, tailbone goes up with your head. Exhale, round your back. Look back at your knees. 9 more. I mean, think about it. Every time you see your dog and your cat, especially your dog gets up. There's a reason they call the pose downward facing dog. They stretch. They don't go from supine and run off on their day. They take that moment. We can learn a lot, I think, from animals. So up to 5 more. I think that was about 5. Breathing fully and deeply, feeling that nice extension. Moving the spine forward and back, getting the energy going along the spine. Remembering that this is a good pose for, obviously, if you have stiff backs, it's not necessarily good for bulging disc. If you have a bulging disc, you can extend, but you shouldn't round too much. You just want to come to a neutral spine. But if you have any menstrual issues, any kind of reproductive anything, this massages all of the reproductive organs. When you're finished with 10, press your hips back. And we're going to keep going with one more before we stand up. Okay, so think about it. An object in motion stays in motion. An object at rest stays at rest. So now you've started something. And one of the nice things about you all being at home, and I said this to my last class, and I thought, oh, that makes a lot of sense, is that normally all of you would only do yoga coming to class. You would say, okay, I go Monday and Wednesday, 11:20. That's it. See, but now you're all in your own houses. You could just do it right there. You've got a space. You're creating this positive energy. You don't have to just wait for class. And the other benefit is we're all together. So you're alone in your room, but we're also doing this together. So you've got some company with you. So coming back into table position, we're going to do the cat-cow combo, which is the middle part of the sun salutation. So roll your toes under. Taking a breath in, arch your back. So now you're in the cow. Exhale. Now you're in the cat. Lift up, continue to exhale. Now you're in the mountain or downward facing dog. Hang out here for just a breath or two, stretching out the back of your body. So this would be another thing that would feel really awesome in the morning after sleeping. Stretching your body. On your next in-breath, come onto your toes. Come straight back down into table. And then inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round your back. Continue to exhale, flatten your back as you lift your hips and press them to the wall behind you. Inhale onto the toes, exhale straight back down. We're going to do 8 more like that. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Continue to exhale, lift and flatten the back. Head hangs between the arms. Inhale onto your toes, exhale straight back down. Inhale. Exhale. Continue to exhale. 6 more at your own pace, moving with the breath. Good. So a couple of you, I see you moving your hands. Your hands shouldn't move. So as you're in this, grab onto the ground. As you lift up and push back, Wherever you are, you are. If you feel like you need to move your hands, maybe they're not in the right spot, but if they're right underneath your shoulders, keep them there. You can move your feet wide, but the hands shouldn't move. So letting your head hang between your shoulders. Remembering that coming to the wall, if you'd rather do this on the wall, you can arch your back, round your back, flatten your back. Arch your back, round your back, flatten your back. This can also be done against a chair as well. So finishing up the last few. And then holding your last downward facing dog, or your last mountain pose. Maybe taking the feet wide, pedaling the heels, bending the knees. You've got options. Or just hang on and let your head hang. We're gonna just be here for a couple breaths. And then slowly start to walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Press down into the earth beneath you, bending your knees, slowly rolling up, lifting up your head last, coming to a standing position. And we're going to work on what we did on Monday. We were working on the modified forward bend and a modified backward bend, which are postures that are in the sun salutation. So starting with the forward bend, bringing your feet, looking down at your feet, making sure they're about a fist distance apart. Placing your hands on your hips. Taking a breath in. Exhale, press your hips back, coming forward. Inhale, come back up with a flat back. Good. Exhale, come forward. So you're really pressing your hips back. You're going to feel it in your hamstrings. If you need to, soften those knees to come out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold forward. So we're working on developing hamstring flexibility, low back strength and flexibility so that we can come up and down with a flat back. And maybe you're only coming down to 45 degrees because after that you start to feel like you're rounding. Continue at your own pace for 3 more. Every time you exhale, you're standing nice and tall, pressing firmly into the ground. As you come forward, you're hinging forward from the hips, trying not to bend at the waist. And then coming into a standing base position for a moment. And then working on the backward bend. Okay, so this one, remember that it's real common to want to just like, you think you're bending your back, but you're bending your head. So you don't want that. And you don't want to bend the knees and do that. So pressing firmly into the ground, growing up through the crown of your head, hands on your hips, take a breath in, hold your breath, then lean back. Come up, now exhale. Inhale. Hold your breath, lean back. Come up and exhale. Let's do 5 more like that. Inhale. Lean back. Come up, exhale. Continue. 4 more. Good. Gentle stretch in the back. Excellent. And once you've finished, we're going to do the first and the last step to the sun salutation, which is the prayer position. So bringing the feet close together, placing the hands at the heart so that the thumbs are together, right on your sternum. You can feel your heart beating. Lightly close your eyes. Although your feet are both flat on the ground, with the eyes closed, I mean, this is a balanced posture. And you might notice that you might feel a little swaying here and there. Just noticing how you feel after what we did, the simple joint mobility, the cat-cows and mountain pose, as well as those forward bends, noticing your energy, noting any change in your mind. And we're going to move into a nice 20-minute yoga nidra. So please get what you need to be comfortable and warm, knowing that it is getting colder out, or at least it's colder in my house. It seems to be warmer outside than it is in my house because I have a brick house. But regardless, we weren't moving a lot, but we were moving enough that you probably aren't super cold right now, but you might be in 20 minutes of lying still, your temperature is going to drop. So please consider putting on your socks or covering yourself with a blanket, making yourself comfortable. So you should all be getting into Shavasana, not looking at me, but just getting into Shavasana. Go ahead, lie down. Thank you. Yeah, if you can adjust so I can see you. By me being able to see you, it allows me to try to stay more connected to you. And during this practice, I am watching you. So I can hopefully give you cues. One of the major things the feedback I can't get from you is your breathing. So when I'm in a class, I can often tell when someone's nodding off because they're starting to breathe heavy, or perhaps they're starting to snore, which happens too sometimes. But when that happens, I can change my voice. Now I can't do that, but I can sort of watch you, and I can see when you're fidgety. I can change, and sometimes when I see that, I change the way I'm presenting when I see people are fidgety. So those are kind of the feedback. I use, feedback from all of you and adjust the class accordingly. So just coming into Shavasana, as you know, this is week 5, though we did not have class last Wednesday. It's the 4th time you've done some kind of yoga nidra, and you know that the goal is to stay still, awake, and as aware as possible. And it all starts with setting yourself up for success at the beginning by being comfortable, but not so comfortable that you're in the sleep mode. So you've got your head, nose pointing upward, not tilted. Your arms and legs are comfortably out to the side, but you've got something underneath your knees if there's any pain in the low back. Your hands are comfortably away from the sides of your body so that the palms can easily rotate and face upward or slightly inward. That helps to minimize some of the sensations against the skin. And for today's practice, I am going to be adding stage 2 and stage 7, which is the Sankalpa. So during that time, I'll say, if you have one, repeat it. If you don't, then see what comes up. A couple of you may have them from previous semesters, as I'd mentioned. Have one. So as you're adjusting your body, making sure that you've taken off your glasses, anything that could be a distraction, you're adjusting your clothing. And once you're feeling comfortable, you're making a gentle resolution for stillness. And if movement is necessary, you are choosing to move. It's not going to be reactive. You're going to start to have that space between the stimulus and response grow and grow and grow. So you become in charge. You become completely in charge of your actions. We often like to say when someone upsets us, you upset me, you made me. Well, no, we have a choice. And we learn how to have that space or just something as simple as being on your mat and staying still can help you have that willpower. Say to yourself mentally, I am now going to practice Yoga Nidra. I will remain awake. I will remain aware. Become aware of the whole physical space of your body and the floor beneath you. Feel your whole body and all of your body's contact points against the floor. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhalation, release and relax more fully into those points of contact. Take one more deep breath in like that. One more in. Again, releasing any tension, settling into those points of contact. Scan your body front and back and notice any sensations against the skin. Feeling the texture of the cloth against your skin, any material against your skin. Feeling the cool air against exposed areas of skin. Mentally picture the space around you. Visualizing the room, the contents of the room, and your position within it. Now activate the sense of hearing. And begin to listen for sounds. Moving the awareness from one sound to the next. Listen for the furthest sound away. Then come closer. Listening to sounds in the immediate area. And then come even closer. Sounds that may be coming from your own body. Listening intently for digestive noises. The heart beating. Listen for the soft sound of your natural breath. Full awareness of each and every natural breath flowing in and out. Gentle, easy breathing. Now is the time to mentally state your sankalpa or resolve. That short positive statement of something that you would like to see come true in your life. If you have one, repeat it 3 times mentally with full faith and commitment. If you have not yet chosen a sankalpa, use this time to see what might arise. Beginning with body rotation. Become aware of the right side of the body. Specifically, become aware of the right hand. Right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the ribs, right side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, instep, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. Check the awareness, stay with the practice, move to the left side. Become aware of the left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the ribs, left side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, instep, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. Check the awareness, stay with the instructions, go to the top of the head. Top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, upper lip, lower lip, where the lips come together, tongue, teeth, right side of the jaw, left side of the jaw, chin, front of the neck, right collarbone, left collarbone, the hollow between, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, center of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, pelvis. Check the awareness, stay with the practice, move to the back of the body, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, spine, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head. Become aware of the whole right leg, the whole left leg, the whole right arm, the whole left arm. Become aware of the torso, neck, head. Become aware of both legs together, right and left. The two arms together, torso, neck, head. Become aware of the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. Leaving body rotation, bring the attention back to the natural breath. Specifically, following the breath in the nostrils. Full awareness, full attention, focus. on the incoming and outgoing breath in the nose. Feeling the cool air on the in-breath, the warmed air on the out-breath. Full awareness of the breath in the nostrils. Keeping the attention firmly fixed on the breath in the nostrils, begin to count the breath backward from the number 27 down to the number 1. Beginning by breathing in 27 through the nostrils, breathing out 27 from the nostrils. Breathing in 26, breathing out 26, breathing in 25, breathing out 25, and continuing on down to the number 1. Full attention on the breath in the nostrils, counting each breath backward from the number 27 down to the number 1. If the count is in question or lost, begin again at 27. The object is not to reach 0 or 1, but to maintain the count throughout. Full awareness of the count and the breath. Now let go of the count. Relax all efforts of counting the breath. It's time once again to mentally repeat your Sankalpa or resolve. If you have one, repeat it 3 times with full faith that it will come true someday. If you do not yet have one, see what might arise. Bring the awareness once again to the sounds around you. Actively listening for different sounds, hearing a sound, and then finding another and another. Make a mental picture of the room. Visualizing the 4 walls, the ceiling, the doors, the windows, the furniture, the contents of the room, but most importantly, where you are in relation to all of it. Imagine you can see the room from above looking down, and visualize your body lying on the floor. Seeing yourself lying in Shavasana, the clothing that you've chosen today, making a full connection to your body and its position in relation to the room. Feel all the meeting points between clothing and skin. Feeling all the sensations against the skin, including the cool air against any exposed areas. Bring the awareness now to the back of your body and feel the full weight of your body against the floor. Feel all of your body's contact points against the floor. Feeling the heels firmly against the floor, the back of the legs and buttocks and the floor, the whole of your back, the shoulders, arms, hands, and your heavy head. Feel the grounding effect between your body and the floor beneath you. And then finally, bringing the attention back to your breath, the natural breath. Know that you know you're breathing. And then with effort, begin to deepen your breath. So taking control of it by beginning to breathe fully and deeply. And using the breath to further externalize your awareness, noticing the movement created from the deeper breath. With every inhalation, feeling your regular level of alertness come back again, regular level of alertness and attention coming back. Remembering what you did before class, remembering some of the elements of the class itself, but most importantly, what are you doing now that this class and specifically this practice are coming to an end? And say to yourself mentally, this practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. You may begin to release your posture. You can move your hands, move your feet, move your head from side to side. Slowly making your way up and over to a seated position. Those of you who are not being attacked by your dog for the entire Yoga Nidra. I know these pets, they just want to be with you right when you're lying down. That's just what they do. So thank you, everybody. Please give that some thought. Check out Blackboard because there's an article up there. And you can also look in that. There's another link to that Satyam Yoga Prasad, which is where I told you the orange book is. Asana, Pranayama, Mudra Bandha, which is everything, pretty much everything we're doing in this class. You'll find every single publication that I might either refer to on that satyamyogaprasad.net. This is Yoga Nidra if you want to read more about it. And I look forward to seeing you all on Monday. If you want to stick around and you have a question, I'm right here. All right. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.